Hello and welcome to Park Dong-chang's Barefoot Morning Letter. Today we're diving into something truly revolutionary that modern bioscience is uncovering. It's called electrical nutrition. Sounds pretty cool, right? Well, it's a simple, completely natural idea that might just be the ultimate solution to the chronic inflammation and oxidative stress that are at the very heart of so many of our modern diseases. Let's get right into it.
I want to start with this number, 40 million. Just let that sink in for a second. That's how many people die every single year from what are called non-communicable diseases. It's an absolutely staggering number, a silent epidemic that's sweeping the entire globe as we speak.
And this really is a global crisis. We're talking about things like cardiovascular diseases, cancers, chronic respiratory issues, diabetes, the kinds of illnesses that are unfortunately defining our modern age. And they're affecting people in every single nation, everywhere.
Now, here's what's truly alarming. This is a quote from a former Director General of the World Health Organization. Even with this massive global problem right in front of us, the conclusion is that we're not actually addressing the fundamental causes. We're missing the root of the problem.
So that just begs the question, doesn't it? If we're missing the cause, then what is it? We need to trace this thing back to the very beginning, back to its biological origin. We're going to follow the trail from a tiny spark to a raging fire of chronic illness.
So, how does it all start? How do disease and aging really get a foothold in our bodies? Well, the answer is pretty fascinating. It all comes down to a chain reaction that happens deep inside at the cellular level.
Okay, so check this out. It all begins with something totally normal, an immune response. Your body releases these things called free radicals to fight off a threat. But here's the problem. What if that response doesn't switch off? Well, that leads to step 2, oxidative stress. It's like a state of constant emergency. And that ongoing stress, it leads to step 3, widespread damage to our cells and even our DNA. And the final result, step 4, is the chronic disease and accelerated aging that we see all around us.
But what if we could stop that chain reaction right at its source? This is where biological grounding, or as we call it, barefoot walking, comes in. It's about reconnecting with the earth to give our bodies something absolutely essential that we've lost. It's that electrical nutrition we talked about.
So I know what you're probably thinking. How on earth can something as simple as walking around barefoot be a powerful cure for inflammation? It sounds almost too simple, right? Well, let's get into the incredible science of how it actually works.
The whole concept boils down to electrical nutrition. It's literally the transfer of the Earth's huge, limitless supply of free electrons directly into your body. And you can think of these electrons as nature's most powerful, most potent antioxidants, period. Now this is where it gets really cool, and honestly, so simple. On one side, you've got those free radicals. They're unstable, and they create a kind of rust inside our cells that leads to inflammation and disease. But on the other side, you have the Earth's electrons. And get this, they are the ultimate rust-proofer. They zap those damaging free radicals on contact, neutralizing them instantly and stopping inflammation right in its tracks.
And look, this isn't just a theory or some wild idea. There's real science to back it up. A major paper back in 2017 reviewed a dozen peer-reviewed studies on this, and the conclusion was unanimous. Every single study showed significant physiological and clinical cures. It led the researchers to call grounding a simple, natural, and accessible strategy against these diseases.
The science is one thing, and it's amazing. But for me, the most powerful evidence always comes from the incredible, real-life healing stories. The proof, as they say, is truly in the walking.
Take this first case, Dr. Navatoa, who is 65. For 20 years, he suffered from a severe allergic dermatitis. He was on medication just to manage the constant discomfort. But after he retired, he started barefoot walking every day, consistently. And in just a few months, 20 years of suffering, just gone.
Or how about this story, Mr. Cohn, aged 64. This man had been through surgeries for lung cancer, kidney cancer, and then colon cancer. He committed himself to hours of daily barefoot walking, and over the last year he has completely regained his health and his vitality. It's just incredible.
And here is the absolute key to all of this. These amazing results didn't happen overnight. They weren't from some one-time experiment. They were the result of consistent daily practice. That commitment is what unlocks these profound health benefits.
This table just lays it all out so perfectly. It shows the huge paradigm shift we're talking about.
Conventional medicine often focuses on managing symptoms with drugs, right? Barefoot walking, on the other hand, is about merging our bodies with the Earth's natural life energy. It doesn't just chase one disease, it blocks the root cause of all of them. And the best part? While medicine can be incredibly expensive, this is the simplest, most natural, and most accessible strategy available to every single one of us.
And that's the most exciting part. This powerful natural cure is available to absolutely everyone right now. So let's talk about how you can start your own journey today.
Getting started is really easy. Just begin on safe, soft surfaces. Think grass or sand. And remember, consistency is everything. Even a little bit each day makes a huge difference. Now, it's also really important to take care of your feet. Make sure you wash them thoroughly after you walk, and especially when the weather is dry, apply a generous amount of moisturizer to prevent any cracks in your heels. And just as a good precaution, it's always a good idea to make sure your tetanus vaccination is up to date.
I mean, just look at this. The Earth truly is a sanctuary of life and cure. It's this incredible gift that's just waiting for us. All we have to do is take off our shoes and connect.
And hey, you don't have to go on this journey alone. You should join the Barefoot Walking National Movement headquarters on Naver Cafe. It's a wonderful place to share your own story, ask questions, and learn from this amazing, growing community of people who are on the exact same path.
So the only question left is, are you ready to tap into the Earth's immense healing power for yourself?
If you found this explainer helpful and you're as excited about this as I am, please support us by subscribing, giving this a like, and turning on your notifications so you won't miss what's next. Thank you so much for joining me.